Hello, hi, welcome to another video. So on today's video we're going to be working on nouns. Okay, we're going to be discussing the different types of nouns that we have in English language. It is very important that you understand how the noun works, that you know the different kinds of nouns that we have in English language, because it's going to aid you to identify a noun irrespective of the form it is coming from. It appears. Okay, so let's look at the following. I have this 10 listed here on the board, so I grouped it into two sections for easy understanding. Today we're going to be discussing it in this way. We're going to be discussing it based on opposite sides. Okay, we're going to be discussing it in terms of words and opposite. If it is not up, it is down. If it's not down, it is up. If it is not black, it is white. So we're going to be discussing it in that pattern so that we can easily understand it. All right, so let's dive right into it. So we have 10 lists of nouns right here. We have the common noun, the abstract noun, the countable noun, the compound noun, the singular noun. We have proper noun, concrete noun, uncountable noun, collective noun, plural noun. Okay, we have 10 of them. Now we're going to be discussing it like this. We have common noun versus proper noun. These are direct opposite. Okay, if it is not specific, it is specific. That is to say, a common noun are those nouns that are not specific. They are generic kind of noun, like they group things, they talk about things in general. They are generic in nature. They are not specific. That is, if it is John, they won't say John, they either say friends, okay? And they cannot say a wooden table, they can easily say tables. All right, that is what common noun does. They talk about things in general, whereas proper noun is specific in nature. If it is Ada, it focuses on Ada. If it is a wooden table, it tells you that this is a wooden table. If it is a wooden chair, it says this is a wooden chair and not just chairs. If it is a glass table, it's going to say that this is a glass table. If it is a wooden table, it's going to say it is a wooden table. If it is a kind of reverse window, it's going to identify that it is a reverse window and not just window. Okay, when I say window, you can't tell if it's a glass window, if it is kind of reverse window. You cannot tell the kind of window I'm talking about. That is what happens when it comes to common noun, whereas proper noun tends to tell you the exact one they are talking about. Do you understand that? The common noun is not specific in nature. It doesn't tell you the exact of a particular thing. It can only tell you that this thing exists, but the exact one is not there. Okay, they're not going to tell you the exact one they're talking about. Whereas we have proper noun. This proper noun is specific in nature. If it is tiger, that is an animal. Right here we have it as animal, but to be specific, tiger. Okay, when we talk about something being abstract, we're actually referring to non-living things, like things we cannot touch, not see with our physical eyes. Okay, there are those things that we can only feel, like we can only derive, like services that we can only gain without seeing them with our physical eyes, not touching them. Do you understand? So that is what abstract refers to. So right here we have abstract noun, and when we talk about abstract noun, we're talking about those things we cannot feel or touch. We can't see them. Okay, we have the list of them, like freedom, love, and the rest of it. Okay, and now to the concrete part. Since we cannot see this, definitely we're going to be seeing this. Okay, so we talk about something being concrete. It is solid, like we can see it, it is physical. Okay, we can see it, we can touch it, we can feel it. All right, so you can give yourself examples of. Now those are chairs, tables, like things we can touch. Okay, yeah, that's concrete now. Okay, and the third one, we have the countable and the uncountable noun. Now, from what the name implies, you understand that one is countable and the other is not countable. So we all know that we have what we call something being countable and something not being countable. Things that we cannot count liquid, like we cannot count water, okay? And we have things that we can count. We can actually count tables, we can actually count houses, we can actually count like things that are countable, okay? So those things that are not countable are uncountable nouns, whereas those ones we can count are countable nouns. So you can see how they are working opposite, like they're working in opposite direction. So if it is not countable, definitely it's going to be countable, the opposite side. Do we understand that now? So when we talk about common noun, if a noun is not common, that is, if it is not generic. When I say numbers, I am actually generic, but when I say number one, I am actually specific. That means I am referring to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, okay? But when I say numbers, it could be any number in the whole numbers. Do you understand? So let's progress. So the number 4, I have the compound versus collective nouns. Compound and collective. We tried discussing compound words before now, but we didn't really go into details. But this year, we're going to look into that, okay? So when we talk about compound nouns, we're talking about group of nouns. That is, when a noun is more than one, you bring this one, you bring this one, you add it up, it becomes a noun. That's what compound noun is. Where the word compound simply means group, like more than one, it is joined, okay? So we have compound noun, compound verb. I've made mention of that before now. For instance, we have headache, headache. Head is a word on its own and ache is another word on its own. We equally have footwear, footwear. Foot is a word on its own and wear is a word on its own. So we put them together, they became compound. Do you understand now? So that is what we're talking about right here. A compound noun is a noun that is made up of 2 or more words. Okay, now we have collective noun. When we talk about collection, like bring together, we collect, we group, we put together, that is collection, that is collective noun, okay? Collective noun are the kind of noun that groups things and still see them as one. I don't know if you understand. They group things and regard them as one. For instance, we have family. When we talk about family, one person doesn't make a family, 2 people can actually make a family, 3, 4, 5, like that, okay? But when we want to refer to that, we're going to be referring them as single. When we want to refer family in terms of singular and plural, we don't call it singular. Family remains singular unless we add IEOS to it and it becomes families. Do you understand now? So that is what is applicable to this place. So a collective noun is that noun that actually groups a whole and termed it one, then regard it as one. We have them like family, group, class. For instance, you cannot say these are my class. No, you can only say this is my class. Do you understand now? So it groups people and still term them one, okay? But when I say classes, you can now say these are our classes. Do you understand now? We have family, class, group, audience. They are all collective now. I can say this is the group I'm talking about. This very group is the group I am complaining about. This is the group I am talking about. I cannot say these are the group I am talking about. I can only say these are the groups. These are the groups. But I can say this is the group, no X, that is the singular form. These are the groups, that is the plural form, okay? So the collective noun actually bring a lot together and make it one, like it puts a group together and regard it as one. All right, and the last on the list we have the singular noun and the plural noun. So by now we know what singular and plural are, okay? When we talk about something being singular, we are referring to something that is just one representing, okay, just one. And when we talk about plural, it is more than one. It could be 2, it could be 3, and okay, but once it is one, we refer it to be singular, and when it is more than one, it is plural. And this then we have them matching each other in opposite form. Okay, if it is not common noun, it is proper noun. Okay, if it is not an abstract noun, it's going to be a concrete noun. If it is not a countable noun, it's definitely going to be an uncountable noun. If it is not a compound noun, definitely it's going to be a collective noun. And if it is not singular noun, it will be a plural noun. I started this lesson firstly for the year because I'm going to be doing more of speaking right. Last year we focused more on reading and pronunciation. Not like I'm not going to be doing that. You're going to actually be doing that, but I'm going to be telling you how it's going to be as we progress. But for the time being, we're going to be looking into more of how to speak right, how to use words properly, like speaking the right way. So if you are preparing for an examination, I think right now I got you covered, because I'm going to be treating a lot of the parts of speech, speaking right, like a lot that has to do with the examination class, yes, for this very season. So if you are preparing for an examination, get in right here, because I have something for you. Okay, and that being said, right here we learn how to read, write, and speak English. So if this looks and sounds interesting, like what you're interested in, then definitely you keep watching, and don't make it the last time you're going to be seeing my face. You can actually join us simply by subscribing, and when you do, don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because in that way you get notified whenever I post a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, you already know how we roll. Thank you for stopping by today. This is where we call it short for today's video. Keep staying safe. See you soon on our next class, and bye for now.